Hello, world history students. This is Mrs. Politsky, and I have your maps for Africa. And so, as we go along, make sure you've got your packet handy and follow along. And if you need to pause, make sure you do so. We're going to start with North Africa, and our first country here is Western Sahara, followed by Morocco, and this very large country of Algeria. Then we have Tunisia. Tunisia is very close to the tip of Italy. So this is like the island of Sicily. This is basically the tip of the boot of the country of Italy. We have Libya, and then finally Egypt. We're going to jump to West Africa, and in your packet it might go to Central Africa. So note the change here. You might have to flip pages. We're going to start with Mauritania, followed by Senegal. In the middle of Senegal, we've got the country of Gambia. Maybe I put it right there. Then we have Guinea-Bissau, followed by just plain old Guinea. And then we have Sierra Leone, Liberia, right here. And this was a country that was established by former enslaved African Americans. We have this country right here. This is, quote, de Ivoire, and it used to be known as the Ivory Coast. Then we have the country of Ghana, which has got this island, or I should say lake, in the middle of it. Then we have the country of Togo, and Benin. We have the larger country of Nigeria. And to the north of Nigeria, we have the country of Niger. We have this completely landlocked country of Burkina Faso. And then finally, the large country of Mali, which we'll talk more about when we get into talking about the history here. We're going to jump back to talking about Central Africa. And so we have the country of Chad, followed by the Central African Republic. Then we have the Democratic Republic of the Congo. That's a really long name. Next to that, we have just the smaller country, Congo. At one time, this was all one area, and it's been kind of fought over the years. As a matter of fact, there's been several name changes here, but this is kind of where it's at currently. We have Gabon, and then we have Equatorial Guinea, which is right on the equator, but we've got two places here to note. We've got this little area right here, and then this wee small island. Then we have the country of Cameroon. So if you missed anything, you can pause and then get caught up. I'm going to keep going here. We're going to talk about East Africa and also Southern Africa. So we have the country of Eritrea, which is up here in the north, right along the Red Sea. The small country of Djibouti, right there. Then Somalia, which to me looks like a number 7, but this region is sometimes known as the Horn of Africa because it kind of looks like a rhino horn. We have Ethiopia right in here. Then we're going to jump a little ways and talk about Uganda right there. And then Kenya right here. Tanzania, it's darker green. And we have the country of Mozambique, which is right here. Then the island nation of Madagascar. And we got to go a little bit inland here to this red country. This is Malawi. Then we have the country of Zimbabwe. This once was known as Rhodesia. And we've got these really small countries within countries. We have Eswatini. Years ago, this used to be known as Swaziland. And then finally, we have Lesotho. And then this bigger country here, this is South Africa, obviously, because it's in South Africa. We have Namibia to the north. Then Botswana, this area right here. We have the country of Angola, the purple one. This yellow area, this is Zambia. We've got these little countries. We've got the orange one. This is Burundi. And then to the north of that is the country of Rwanda, which has had a lot of difficult times. We have South Sudan right here. And then finally we have Sudan. All right, we're going to talk about landforms. So if you need to pause, do so. We're going to start kind of on this side and kind of work our way around. So I'm going to start with the Strait of Gibraltar, then the Mediterranean Sea. Within the Mediterranean Sea, we have the Gulf of Sidra. We also have the Suez Canal, which is man-made, but it connects the Mediterranean Sea to our next item, the Red Sea. Then we have the Arabian Desert. We also have Lake Nasser, which is a man-made lake because there's a dam, the Aswan Dam, that's kind of in this vicinity. We have the Nile River, followed by the Libyan Desert, kind of in the country of Libya. We have our Hagar Mountains, and then the Sahara Desert. We have the Atlantic Ocean, and finally the Atlas Mountains. If you need to pause, feel free to do so. We're going to talk about West Africa. Again, we have the Sahara Desert, and then we have the Niger River. We've got Lake Chad and Mount Demling. We also have the Benue River, and then we have the White. I'm going to move this a little bit. Here we go. We have the White Volta River. Then we have the Gulf of Guinea, Lake Volta, the Black Volta River, the Gambia River, the Senegal River, and finally the Atlantic Ocean. Moving on to Central Africa, we got the Tibesti Mountains, the Sahara Desert again, the Ubangi River. We've got Mont Bleu Mountains. We've got Lomani, the Lomani River. We got Lake Tanganyika. We got the Matumba Mountains and the Luba River. Then over here we've got the Kasai River, the Congo River, obviously the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Guinea, Mount Vaco, the Sanaga River, and finally Lake Chad. All right, talking about East and South Africa. So we're going to start kind of up in the north with the Nubian Desert, followed by the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. We also have, gotta go over here for my Blue Nile. And then we have the Ethiopian Highlands, followed by Mount Kilimanjaro, and then the Serengeti Plain. We've got a lake here. This is Lake Nyasa, and then the Mozambique Channel, followed by the Indian Ocean. We've got our Zambezi River, followed by the Limpopo River. We got our Drakensberg Mountains. We have the Orange River, the Cape of Good Hope. We have the Namib Desert, followed by the Kalahari Desert. There we go. We've got Victoria Falls, where the triangle is, and then the Atlantic Ocean, Lake Tanganyika. We've got Lake Victoria, and finally, we have the White Nile. All right, thank you very much.